morning and welcome to Midweek Wednesday's edition of Mornings with Luann and Tim. Hope you had a great sleep.
Did you?
Sleep is awesome. Like, if you have a good one, you know it, right? Sleep is amazing.
I didn't have enough.
Uh-oh. Apparently.
No, I got, because we had our dress rehearsal last night. I was all pumped up.
Oh, well, I can't imagine.
It was after 2 o'clock in the morning and my eyes were still open. And I was like, no,
gosh.
Murphy, fall asleep. So, and then I woke up again at 4 and then at 5.
What?
I know.
What?
Anyway.
When will you sleep again? After the production's over?
I think I get to sleep in on Saturday morning this week.
What?
I do. I get to sleep in on Saturday.
Really?
Good. Do you sleep in on Saturdays when you don't work?
Oh.
You do, eh?
Yeah, I get up at 4:45.
I know, that's crazy.
And on the weekends, I wake up at probably 9. I can sleep.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I was feeling all sorry for myself, you know. You're leaving the theater going, oh, it's so late, I have to get home to bed.
Well, yeah.
One of the guys in the show, his name is Devin Shearsby. He actually started in Singing in the Rain. Amazing dancer, great singer, actor. Anyway, he works at Michael's. He does framing,
yes.
right? He does. Okay.
Oh.
So we're leaving, and I'm like, he's like, oh, what time is it? Are we out of here earlier than last time? I'm like, yeah, you know, it's only like 10:45. He said, oh, I can sleep. I got to be at work at 6 in the morning. Did you work at Michael's? Why do you have to be at work at 6?
Right.
Because this is apparently getting ready for Black Friday. It's their busiest. This is their busiest week, and he wanted to take some time off after the show opened, so he didn't have to get up early and go into work. So he's got to catch up on all this. 6 o'clock, he has to be there.
Just like me.
I know. You wouldn't think that somebody who works in framing in an art store. Well,
but you know what? Totally makes sense,
I hope you made it to work okay, Devin.
Yeah, we're going to keep a close eye on Canada Post for you to see if, you know, those online purchases that you're making are actually going to get to you this Christmas. Apparently the government, they're saying this morning, the government is saying, yeah, you got to do something because we're going to step in. So now the union's all ticked off because they say, how can we possibly negotiate if Canada Post knows the government is going to come and save them? So,
I spoke to a post office person. I don't want to. Okay, it was my mailman. I don't want to get him in trouble, but I don't think he said anything out of line. What he was saying was that there's a lot of misconceptions about Canada Post as a corporation.
What the issues are.
Well, not just that. Okay, first of all, he said it's health and safety. His route. And it's not just his route. A lot of these routes are just too large, and so it's too taxing physically for them. Also, he says they are a corporation. It's not taxpayer dollars. So he said, you know, people are saying my tax dollars and the postal employees and they want more money and it's our tax. It's not our tax dollars.
Right.
They are a corporation. They had a profit of $144 million last year.
They're doing okay.
That's profit of $144 million. And they're claiming that they're cash poor right now because they just had to pay out a settlement of, I don't know, some ridiculous amount because they've been for 20-something, I don't know how many years, fighting with the rural routes, and they lost to employees, so they had to pay out all these employees for wages that they owed them and compensation or whatever for the rural routes. And he said,
but they had the money.
They had the money was sitting in a bank gaining interest the whole time they were fighting it in court.
20 years.
I think something like that. I'm not positive, but I think it was close to that. So all this interest, and now they're saying, well, we don't have any money left to pay you more because we just had to pay all those people. It's like, yeah, after you sat on the interest for all that. Anyway, so.
And you know what?
There's a lot of stuff.
To throw that $1,000 at people if they would sort of just put a stop to the strike or the rotating walkouts at least over the busy delivery season, you know, we'll give you $1,000 for your troubles. That's kind of insulting, I find.
Totally.
Right? I mean, I'd take it. I'd so be in. Done and done.
I made a boo-boo yesterday.
Just one?
I did. Okay, so I was talking about Paula Dunning's memoir writing workshop that's coming up this weekend, and I said, and I do this a lot, I said Blind River instead of Bruce Mines. It's in Bruce Mines, and the difference between the two is huge. I mean, Bruce Mines is like, what, not even about 40 minutes?
Oh gosh, yeah, 40 minutes.
Whereas Blind River is an hour and a half.
Yes.
So poor Paula, I'm sorry about that, but you were saying you find
know what? Sueites, not to be critical, but Sueites have no clue about down the line. I'm from Espanola. I've been in the Soo for 30 years, and people who know I'm from Espanola say, oh yeah, I keep forgetting you grew up in Elliott Lake. It's like, no.
Starts with an E.
And then, you know what? Bruce Mines, Blind River.
Two words starts with a B.
But you know what? Completely different. For one thing, you got to drive into Elliott Lake off of Highway 17 by like 25 minutes. So it's a retirement town. It's a beautiful town.
Yeah, it is.
But it's not Espanola.
No.
I don't understand. Massey, Spanish.
And that's, you know what? How many times have I driven? My parents lived in Sudbury for 25 years. So, but you think I can remember the order of towns between Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury?
I made it a game with my kids when they were small. How many more towns left till we get to Espanola? And they'd say, what town are we in? And I'd say Spanish. And then Michael would say, I see the Spanish with a water tower. He's going to be so thrilled I'm telling that story.
But it's true. I'll be driving along and go, okay, so it's Espinola's next. It's like, what do you mean Massey? I forgot about Massey. Or, oh, I must be getting close.
Serpent River.
You think you're getting close, and all of a sudden, oh, there's 4 more. And not that they're nice. I mean, they are nice communities. They are. It's just
they're beautiful.
They trick me every time.
Well, I think you need to travel the roads more.
No, I travel them a lot. I just don't pay enough attention.
You got to work the street, honey.
Oh. Been there, done that.
No doubt.
Do you use the self-checkout at the grocery stores and stuff?
No. I kind of like the concept because I like to challenge myself a little bit, but I rarely go shopping by myself because I hate going anywhere by myself. So Jim's got to come in and come with me.
Okay.
It never works for him. Ever. People, I mean, never. Like, he could have an apple.
And then you have to weigh it. I know the PLU.
Where do I put the card? Where's the receipt coming from? I don't know. Forget it. I'm going to the...
Keith will not use them.
No, well, it takes people's jobs away.
That's why Keith won't use them. He says, I won't use those self-checkouts. Those are taking jobs from people, and as long as people are using them, they figure they can reduce the number of people in the cash.
And you know what? Just there's not a lot of them here in Sault Ste. Marie. Rome's has some that I know of, and Walmart, and others maybe that it's not coming to me right now. But
Tire got rid of
Home Depot, Michael is saying Home Depot has self-checkouts as well. But you know what? Then you stand in line with 100 people ahead of you, 2 cashiers. Because they want you to go use those self-checkouts.
Right.
So what do you do? Do you learn the system?
Well.
Or do you say, I'm going to stand in line, I'm going to show Mr. Wally, Mr. Wall, I'm telling you, right now,
Mr. Walton.
I'm going to stand in line here in Northern Ontario, in Sault Ste. Marie, in your store for 45 minutes. I'm going to show you.
To make a point.
Right?
People don't
so
do that,
what do you do?
Well, they're taking it to the next level.
Uh-oh.
Loblaws. They've developed there it is, there's Metro. That's not Loblaws, that's Metro. It's Loblaws. Different company, but listen, the concept is you use a phone app and you check there, you scan as you go. So as you take them off the shelf, you can scan it, it shows you the price and stuff, you can put it in your basket, okay? And so by the end of your shopping experience, you will have, your phone will generate a barcode for the entire sale, and you scan the barcode, and that's the amount that comes up.
Stop it.
And they're gonna have scales, apparently, what does it say? They're gonna have digital scales to weigh before you scan. So a lot of it is trust. And this is why Walmart is saying it's causing too many, what they call friction points. Friction points meaning that
like people
areas
taking
where
their packaging and slamming the clerk over the head with it?
No,
that's friction.
No, friction, for them, friction is when it's not beneficial to the business, when it's causing,
of course,
which is theft.
Of course.
And receipts, fake receipts. So people doing fake receipts, coming in, collecting and saying, I just bought that. Or getting some receipts from somebody else. So anyway, but they're trying it in 6 different stores in Southern Ontario, in the Greater Toronto area, and then they may go wider. So, you know, here you go. We're getting close to that. And then they might talk about actually developing it where you don't even have to go through the checkout, it just bills it on your card.
See, to me, that makes sense. But now you're talking about no cashiers needed whatsoever.
And what about the
theft?
Like
you could put your reusable bags right in your cart, scan your stuff, put it in, grab your stuff, bring it to the car. You're done.
Yeah.
No lineups, Mr. Wall. I'm just saying.
Well, it's
For 45 minutes. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year and all of that.
It's World Television Day, Luann.
Is it?
Yes.
Gee.
And guess where we are?
On TV.
It was a holiday designated by the United Nations of all things.
Really?
Not a holiday, but a specialty day.
A special day.
And then, but
goodness.
only there were 11 different countries that said that's stupid.
I thought they just invented it because of you and I
Well,
being on TV.
On TV, and coming
Yes.
up on TV,
Yes.
we have today. I've got InSPAration, a brand new business in town. Witty here, but
Awesome.
we're going to go floating.
Ooh.
And then also it's Wellness Wednesday. Canadian Mental Health Association is here to talk to us about how we can survive this winter and keep ourselves feeling good mentally and physically. So stay tuned. Luann has the news, all coming up.
Right
on
after
Mornings
this.
with Luann and Tim. Very happy to welcome to our studios Brian and Stacy Lamp. Nice to meet you both.
And you too, Tim.
So you two have started a really interesting business here in Sault Ste. Marie. InSPAration Float Center. No, is that right?
That's correct.
Heavy on the spa. InSPAration Float Center. Float tanks.
Float tanks.
Where on earth did you come up with this idea? You must have experienced this firsthand and thought, what a great thing. Is that how this happened, Stacy?
Well, I actually had my spine rebuilt.
Excuse me?
So I
You had your spine rebuilt?
I did. I have a titanium plate and a bone from my hip right through my neck.
Shh, come on.
And I was trying different therapies out to see what would help me.
Okay.
And we happened to come across floating and tried it and loved it. I just felt an overall health as well as my neck health.
Really?
Yes, so we decided after a lot of thought to open a float center here in my hometown.
Your hometown? She's a Sault Ste. Marie girl. She married a guy from out of town, but we won't hold that against them, will we, folks? No. Brian, you come from Southern Ontario originally.
I do, from Burlington.
Burlington, but you met and fell in love at university?
Exactly.
Oh, you kids.
And he's been here for 16 years.
You brought him back to the Sault 16
Yes, I
years
did.
ago.
I did.
And you've raised your 2 children here?
We have
And your mother and father?
babysat the children.
And they're doing the same for your brother now?
They are, for sure, fabulous parents.
Yeah, well, it's nice that can happen because then you can come home and raise your children in a city where you were happy and you like it here, obviously.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right. You had previous careers, both of you, but you decided to make this a family business. And it really is a family business because the location is where? Tell me again.
It's on 143 Great Northern Road.
Which puts you in the same plaza as...
Ideal Optical.
Ideal Optical, okay. Name some other businesses in that area just so we can get...
There's M&M's
Right.
down the plaza.
Oh, I know exactly.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers. I know
Yeah.
exactly where you are. No, but okay, so these float tanks, this is obviously a huge undertaking. You need water, you need showering facilities. So when you found the location, you had to do some renos, did you?
Oh, yeah.
There was extensive renos done. We actually had to break up the floor to put all the plumbing in and
plumbing.
the pipes. We have a shower in each room, so it was a lot of renovation. And
Brian, I was asking how were the landlords with that at first when you said...
Well, they've been supportive, actually.
Yeah.
When they were there during the build-up process, they were kind of surprised to see what was going on. But
The extent
they
of
did
it?
great. Yeah, yeah.
But now they've seen the finished product, they must be thrilled.
Oh, they're impressed, yeah.
I still hope they are.
Can we show the picture, Michael, in the sound booth? Can you show the picture of the look at, this is what you've done. This is your waiting room, your
That's our lobby. Yes.
A fireplace. Beautiful. I love the fact that you're also wearing you're wearing the colors that are in your lobby. It looks just beautiful and homey. So now let's talk about the benefits of going to a flotation cabin. All right. So
we have time for that, there's so many benefits actually.
Okay.
Everything like psychologically, physically, that it just helps in so many ways.
Mental health, physical health, relaxation.
Physical pain.
You were telling me about fibromyalgia patients.
A lot of fibromyalgia patients come in because it helps them to relieve the pressure off their joints and their muscles. It just relaxes everything. So it's great for fibromyalgia, for arthritis, for any kind of pain. But then it's good on the other side for anxiety and stress. It's just, there's a whole gamut of things, and your skin feels great.
And your skin feels great because, let's tell folks, what's in this water that makes us float?
There's 1,100 pounds of Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate, in each cabin.
It's actually it's a
In
specific
each
kind.
cabin?
Yeah, it's actually lab quality magnesium sulfate heptahydrate.
Say that again.
Magnesium sulfate heptahydrate.
Easy for you to say.
So it's extremely high quality lab grade, and it's a certain kind that just mixes and dissolves much better in water. So it's not something you can really get over the counter.
Okay. So now the concept, let's actually show the rooms because this is quite remarkable. Every room, you have 3 cabins, right?
Yes.
But the cabins are located in their own rooms.
Correct.
Okay, so there's a room, there's an example right there. So we're already, this picture, we're inside one of your private rooms.
Right.
And then behind that white door is the actual flotation cabin.
Correct. And on the other side of it is your shower. So you're
every
right there.
room has its own shower.
Yes.
And I was asking you about what do I have to bring? If I come, do I have to bring a bathing suit? Do I have to bring anything special, towels? And you said?
You're going to float in your birthday suit, and we provide everything you need. So we provide the towels, the flip-flops, the shampoo, conditioner, the body wash, the earplugs. We have a blow dryer. So people will just bring maybe lotion and a brush and deodorant.
That's it.
You can walk in, do your float.
And you have side-by-side rooms. I like this in case you're showing up with a partner or a significant other, or this. There you go. Look at that. So you can actually make them connect.
No, they don't connect, but you go in together at the same time and you come out. We have those on the same time.
All right.
And we have our third room at a different time frame so that we can stagger the cleaning. Because when you book an hour, we've booked 2 because it's such a deep cleaning that we do between each client.
I was wondering because you've got people floating around in their birthday suits and you want to make sure that everything is washed out. I don't want anybody else's hair in my tub.
Oh, no.
No.
It will be spotless when you go in.
And how the variety of different float times?
So 30, 60, and 90-minute floats.
Okay.
The one we recommend is 60. 30 minutes is really short, but if you're running in on your lunch and you only have an hour lunch, or you need a quick fix, 30 works.
Okay.
But 60 is recommended.
It is.
Yes.
And 90 would be real. I don't know if I'd be able to walk out after, and I feel like rubber probably, so relaxed.
And you'd be surprised how many first-timers come in and do a 90 and are just fine.
They are.
It's interesting.
Now, also you said for first-timers, you were talking about sort of an orientation, because I was saying, well, do you walk me through it or talk me through it? And you mentioned that whenever you book for a first time, you ask them to arrive 15 minutes early. It's in the email. You talk about it when you book the appointment, because you want to share with us what we need to know about the
Right. I do an intake form on your first arrival, and I do an orientation in the room so you get comfortable with the room, you know the routine of floating, and then they say that it takes basically 3 times to actually get to the point where you walk in and you're already going to be relaxed once you're in there.
It's like a sense memory thing, I would think. Hey, Brian, your body's done it and it knows it's going to happen again, and you start to you get ready for it.
Yeah.
Tell me about the environments that you have available, because you can choose, you can custom design your experience.
Exactly. Just to customize your own personal preferences. Even the air temperature in the room, we can customize to your own preference. But as far as the inside the cabin to float, you can float in the light or complete darkness, some soft music, complete silence. And for our members, we actually offer the ability to hook up to your own personal device. So if you have your own playlist or music.
So if I bring my phone in and it's got a playlist on it,
as a member, yeah.
When you become a member, you can.
Memberships are the way to go if you're going to do this on a regular basis. It's $70 for the year. And
$70 a month.
Sorry, $70 a month for the year, right? And that includes then perks. Go ahead, tell me.
You get a float each month.
1 float each month already. Well, wait a minute, that's already...
Each additional float you buy.
How long do a float do I get?
A 60-minute float.
So I'm already breaking even just by getting the membership and getting that 1 free float a month.
Right.
1 float a month, and then on top of that,
each additional float you buy is $65
So
instead.
discount.
And as you add up to 9, your 10th is free.
10th one is free, and you get the perks of the music and all that sort of stuff as well. I want to show how much salt you actually, there's a picture you brought us of how much salt. This is one tank.
One tank has 1,100 pounds of salt in it. So
who
22
unloads
bags.
this stuff?
My husband
Yes, I
does.
do.
I was noticing your muscles earlier on, and you mentioned also it's a family affair. While you were doing the renovations, there's the inside.
Yes.
Give me the dimensions of this, Stacy. It's amazing.
It's 7 feet tall, 8 feet long, and 4 feet wide. So it's actually huge.
And there's someone actually floating in the tank, but she's not wearing her birthday suit because we didn't want to show that.
Right, that may not be good.
No, but tell me now, the reason you went, this is the largest, one of the largest tanks available?
I'm actually claustrophobic, and so I wanted to get the biggest tank on the market, and everything is bought from Canada.
Everything is Canadian made?
Yes. Our cabins are made in BC, and the salt comes from Canada.
Supporting Canadian industry, we love that too. Okay, so now you also do tours, because if you don't want to, you might want to go and check this place out first. So you could just walk in, just show up, and you'll give people a tour?
Absolutely, and go on our website, because our website is extensive in the information, and you can book right online.
What is the website address?
It's www.InSPArationFloatCenter.com.
InSPArationFloatCenter.com.
And if you just Google float tanks, float pods, float cabins,
Find the Sault Ste. Marie
right up.
one. There was something else I wanted to ask you, and it was about coming in. Oh, I know, booking online.
Yes,
This is a great feature you have.
you can book anytime online.
Okay, so once again, you go to that website and you can do the booking there.
Yes, you can.
And you can also call, obviously.
You can call, you can come in.
Come in and visit, check it out. So, and this is the sort of thing, I love to encourage this because you are young entrepreneurs with a young family in Sault Ste. Marie. It's a local family business. It's something brand new in Sault Ste. Marie. And we all know the best way in this city to get the word out is word of mouth. So, why don't you stop in? They're lovely people. Can't you just tell? I get a really good vibe from you.
Thank you.
So, Stacy and Brian, InSPAration Float Center on Great Northern Road, the address?
143 Great
Please check
Northern
it
Road.
out. A great idea for Christmas too. You have gift certificates.
We do, yes.
Stocking stuffer. And remember this is whole health. This is mental and this is physical. It's good for your soul, rejuvenating. So happy to meet you, and I'm going to come and do a float.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, and we'll be back with more Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim right after this. I think one of these days after work, you and I should just go for a float at InSPAration.
Yes. Oh, my word.
Doesn't that sound
I
relaxing?
asked you though in the green room, do they give you earplugs? Because I hate the sound of water like slushing around.
It doesn't slush. You just float, and yes, they do.
Oh, right.
And they do give you earplugs. And apparently, it's only about 11 inches or so of water, so you just float right on. Just float.
Even someone like what if you're a little heavier? Do you not sink?
There's like 1,500 pounds of salt in there. No, it's like nobody sinks.
I wonder if you make an appointment and then you go visit once and then they say, okay, she's coming back. We got to get
Put
another
more
ton
salt
in
in.
there. We got 15, we need 16, 17 for this mama. She's coming back, people. It's going to overflow. Salt everywhere.
Oh, they just make you lie on salt.
Yeah, lay on the floor, lady.
And they sprinkle you with water. There, you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Go home now.
Oh my goodness.
What a great Christmas present.
Nice. That'd be a great,
Right?
stocking stuffer.
And
Buy
it's
them a
not
membership
like
or
outrageously expensive either.
not at all.
So cool.
Yeah, I would
so
do that.
cool. You have a rapper story thing.
Yeah, did you hear about him? He's Takeshi. Now he spells his name. Okay, I don't know if he says it 6'9" or 69. Takashi.
6'9".
There he is. And he spells his last name with a number 6. He did the number 6 IX, the number 9 INE. Anyway, this guy, he's been arrested. racketeering and firearms charges. He's 22 years old.
My word.
And he has been denied bail because he has a lot of money. By the way, in case you don't know who he is, he had his debut album called Day 69 was among the most downloaded records on iTunes.
Wow.
He's got some cash. They don't want, and they're afraid he's going to run, so they're keeping him in jail. You know why they're afraid he's going to run? Because for the charges up against him for racketeering and violence, acts of violence, he's involved with a very violent sect of the Bloods gang. If he is convicted, and he knows this, he's facing a minimum sentence of 32 years in jail for the crimes that he's now accused of, possibly life.
And he's 20 what?
22 years old. He has directed or participated directly in multiple acts of violence.
All the money in the world cannot buy you a brain.
Oof. So they're keeping him locked up because they know he's got the finances, he could flee. So he's not going anywhere, and if he's found guilty, 32 years minimum.
My goodness, you never know what you're watching. For instance, there was in Toronto last night, there was another rap concert. Pusha T is his name.
On the Danforth.
And yeah, and 3 people were injured at this concert because apparently something was going on between the people, the performers, and the audience, and then bottles of water were getting chucked back and forth, and then they attacked the stage.
My understanding, that was also gang related. That's my understanding.
I haven't seen anybody actually say that, but that would make sense, wouldn't it?
That there was some, the tension was there because of,
You know what? You go to, I don't know, a Michael Bublé concert, you're not worrying about getting nailed in the head with a water bottle.
I went to a Dolly Parton concert once and it took both my eyes out.
I'm not even going there. Did you sing along?
I sound like this.
You were sitting a little too close. When they said front row center.
Dolly!
When they said front row center, you had no idea.
Yeah.
Who's coming up next?
Vicki Taylor from this.
Awesome.
I don't want to say, we say the 55 plus. She's the activity director, 55 plus at the Northern Community Center.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's our next feature, and then we have more guests for Wellness Wednesday after that. So
stay tuned to Mornings with Luann and Tim. We always have much more ahead.
Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. I call it Wellness Wednesday, Vicki Taylor, because you're here and you're talking about activities that are going to keep people happy and motivated and active, right?
That's right.
This is Vicki Taylor. Vicki is from the Northern Community Center, which is right next to Cora Collegiate High School on Gooley Avenue, attached to the library, and also the great big field, the indoor pitch.
Soccer field,
Soccer field, right? What a complex you guys are involved in there.
Beautiful down there.
And we're talking about activities that are ongoing right now for 55 plus, because you're the recreational director, is that programmer?
Recreation programmer.
Recreation programmer for 55 plus. And so stuff that's going on now and stuff that's coming up in the new year, and we've been having a blast going over this list. Let's start. Let's launch right into it. What do you got coming up?
Well, for the month of December, there's lots of things happening in the facility.
Okay.
Something we're doing that's going to be fun is we're doing a self-care makeover day.
Yes.
And so I have a student who attends Sheridan College.
Her name is Darby Swell.
Yes.
And I hear tell that Darby's swell.
And
what's she studying?
She's studying makeup for media.
Makeup for media.
Yes.
And so she's coming home.
She's coming home for the holidays.
And she's volunteering to do
a self-care makeover.
For 55 plus.
Yes.
So if you are 55 or over, a free makeover.
Yeah, makeup makeover. So come on in. And I'll sign you up.
You have to make an appointment.
Yeah.
So we're going to call the center 705-759-5377. And you talk to
Vicki.
And she'll book you with Darby.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's totally free. And so her makeup for media and I should makeup for media. So she's doing like television makeup. I should send Luann in. Does she work with Spackle at all? Does she? Polyfilla? Just kidding, Lou. That's great. So
that's
you know
a fun
what?
activity.
Feel good about yourself.
Well,
no cost.
Yeah. And maybe you need a little makeup makeover for the New Year's, right?
Yes. And you can get some tips from Darby as well, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Brilliant.
We have a fun cooking class coming up too, Christmas Baking Made Easy. That's on Wednesday, December 5th.
So wait a minute, you bring $8 and everything you need is there to learn how to do Christmas baking easy.
Yeah, you sign up for almost all of these programs. You need to sign up prior, and to do that you either stop by the center or you give me a call at 759-5377.
Because you need to know how much you need, the supplies you need.
You got it.
You know, if you have 25 people show up, you need to have enough stuff for 25
so that's
people.
a fun class.
Totally fun. 11 o'clock in the morning on December the 5th, go do your Christmas baking.
Yeah,
All right.
and there's always tech classes going on. So this free tech class focuses on smartphones.
Okay, so if you are someone who wants a little help on how to navigate through your smartphone and learn all the features that it has, this is in combination, in partnership with the public library.
That's correct, yeah.
And they're right there, connected to you. The library also offers ongoing training for both 55 plus and for students. You can bring your computers in there and they have a program where they'll actually help you with your keyboarding and stuff and how to access your computer, your laptop. But this is specifically for smartphones, Thursday, December the 6th, and it's free.
Free.
Love it.
We have a cribbage tournament coming up on Friday, December 7th.
15-2, 15-4, 15-6, and a pair is 8.
That's right, you got it.
I love cribbage.
Yeah, and so you register ahead for that. That one's $3, and we'll have a nice homemade dessert, coffee, and tea going with that.
I love that you can go and socialize, and you don't have to have a partner. If you have a pair, that's great, but you can show up by yourself or register by yourself,
Absolutely.
and you'll pair them up.
I'll pair them up, that's right. Yeah.
Vicky says sometimes they play, so they have so much fun, they stay beyond 3 till like 5 o'clock. She's like, I have to go home for dinner. So it sounds like they're having a good time.
That's right.
Okay.
Cribbage, contact bridge is on Monday afternoons.
Contract bridge, so you got to know how to play there if you're playing contract bridge on the Mondays, but that's fun. $1 pay as you go, totally fun. What if you don't know how to play bridge so well?
Then we have bridge classes on Tuesday morning.
For beginners, bridge lessons.
Or a good refresher.
That's what you were saying. If someone's played in the past and then, like for instance, a lot of times, maybe if somebody has played bridge, they get married or whatever, and then they stop playing for a while, and then their partner dies or whatever, and then they're like alone, and they remember, I loved bridge, and they get back to it. So
absolutely.
This is a good refresher course. Bid Euchre.
Bid Euchre is on Wednesday afternoons.
I'm great at euchre.
Yep, that's a fun one.
You got some rowdy people there, don't you? Texas Hold'em. They play poker.
Yes, they do.
55 plus poker.
Mondays and Wednesday mornings.
$1 pay as you go. Tons of fun there. Now, what else? Let's turn the page. There's more. I mean, seriously.
Pardon me. Lots of arts and crafts. Always lots of arts and crafts. There's a sewing class we're doing on December 3rd. That's a Monday. Métis mittens.
Good to make Métis mittens.
Yes, and they're beautiful. $7 and
all you bring is your sewing kit.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Painting. You can make Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
$20. Everything's included. Show up.
Yeah,
and make your own Christmas ornaments.
And they're beautiful, Tim. They're glass balls, and they use alcohol ink as the paint, and it has like a stained glass effect.
Beautiful, and you can. Oh, that's and the socialization is a huge part of this as well. Painting classes, monoprints.
Okay, so monoprints is a really fun class coming up. So it's a 2-day class. It is a Wednesday followed by Thursday, so that's the 12th and the 13th. Okay. So on the first day, you're going to learn to pull a print using acrylic, oil, and watercolor paints. So
the concept is you do this thing, you put your thing down, you pull it.
Yep.
And then it dries, and you go back the next day to finish it.
That's right, yeah.
Monoprint, I love the concept.
Messy, but lots of fun.
Right? Needlecraft. Bring your own needlecraft, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Knitting, crocheting.
There's 2 days where there's groups that meet for that. One is on Tuesday afternoons and one is Thursday afternoons.
Okay.
People bring their own knitting, crocheting, sewing, crafts, quilting, all kinds of things. And they sit and they socialize, they have coffee, they have tea, they share patterns, tips, and ideas.
We're out of time.
Okay.
So we want to tell the folks that in the new year you have so much stuff coming up that there's a booklet they can get, and they can get it from the the Bay Street location
or at the Northern Community Center.
with all of the stuff for the new year, winter, spring 2019.
And it's loaded with programs. So pick it up December 12th, or you can find it online at the city website.
And I'm going to hit you guys up to have somebody back on, maybe from the
Sure.
Seniors Drop-In Center on
Absolutely.
the 55 plus
Yes.
on Bay Street. And we'll talk about the programming in the new year. We got to go. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Don't go anywhere. Thanks, Vicki.
Okay, that's good. I'm out of here.
Okay.
Talk about Wellness Wednesday. Laughter's the best medicine. We're here with Lisa from Algoma Family Services and with our friend Pam from Canadian Mental Health Association. Ladies, thank you for joining us again. Pam, welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're just having a great laugh here because you feel good when you laugh, don't you?
Yes. Yes, you do.
You also feel good when you talk to people and share stuff that's going on and get stuff off your chest and maybe get a little advice on how to handle situations that come across us in life, right?
Right.
How can somebody find someone to talk to just like that?
Every Tuesdays.
Where? How do you mean? Every Tuesday?
Across from Fabricland.
Yes.
The Canadian Mental Health Association.
Yes, I know
Yes.
where that's located.
Oh.
Just around the corner from the corner of Elgin and Queen.
Elgin and Queen.
Yes.
Canadian Mental Health Association. And
Yes.
so what goes on Tuesdays?
We have a walk-in session.
I know that. I was just prompting you because I've gone.
I did not know.
I did a walk in. My partner, I've told the story before. My partner Keith and I went in just for a little bit of counseling to just spruce up our relationship and get some communication going better. It's an amazing service.
Wonderful.
We made no appointment. We sat there. I don't even think we were there for 20 minutes, and we got seen by a counselor, and we spent I think we were in there for an hour.
Yes.
And we got pointers. We got to make notes and stuff. We got to go home and practice communicating better, and it worked.
Ever good?
That's great.
I know anybody can do this, and it doesn't have to be for couples, right?
No.
So tell me some of the people. What kind of things do people want to come in and talk about?
It can be anything, Tim. Honestly, it's people typically come in with any kind of struggle, barrier, issue, looking for direction on something in their life, usually related to how they're coping.
How they're coping.
So there's no parameters really. There's no age limit.
So wait, can a teenager come in?
Yeah, young children can come in, teenagers, seniors, anybody can come in, families, couples.
And it starts at is it 11 o'clock in the morning? Is that what time it starts?
The first appointment's at 11:30.
Speaking of first appointment, you were saying you were the very first counselor ever to receive somebody at the walk-in.
Yeah, the first person that came in. Yeah.
Went to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Can you believe the time has flown? I bet it seems like
No, it
it's gone by
doesn't.
quickly, hasn't it?
Yes, but it doesn't seem 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many counselors do you have there at any given time?
Oh, it varies from week to week. We try to have a minimum of 8, but usually
What?
6 to 8 counselors there. Because
Whoa.
typically there are 2 clinicians who go into each session.
No kidding.
Yes.
That's okay. So they just show up at 11 o'clock, and it finishes at 7. But your last appointment's at 5. Is that right?
5:30.
Because you want to give the people time to get in and actually have a substantial amount of time with a counselor.
Yes, the sessions are typically 60 to 90 minutes long.
Okay. This is a totally free mental health service.
Yes.
Right. And is it 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 Canadians suffer from a mental illness, or is that correct?
I believe it's 1 in 4.
I think it's 1 in 4.
Yes.
And we're trying to reduce the stigma.
Yes.
And let people know that it's not uncommon to need a little bit of help to get through
Absolutely.
situations, whether it's depression, anxiety, whether it's an addiction, relationship issues, any of those things. Disorders, maybe eating disorders, that sort of stuff.
be.
Anything like that, you just want someone to talk to. One of the great things also is that it's a referral, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
you can use it as a stepping stone or a launch pad to other services.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about how that might work for somebody? If you come in and you have a particular issue you're talking about, and how the counselor can help.
If someone comes in any age and they aren't feeling well, but they have the doctor, and the doctor suggested to come to us, and through questioning, asking questions, figuring out some things, a lot of times consumers don't know about accessing a psychiatrist through their physician. So, and then it's set up through what is it called? Network.
The OTN?
Oh, the OTN, right,
OTN, yeah. So there's even little things like that. Or it's a lot of times people feel that accessing services, it's going to be forever wait lists, or it's just too much to get through the system. So we just streamline it for them and tell them, oh, no, just right here and here and here. And it's like, oh.
And that's huge for somebody who is already feeling overwhelmed in their life, to know that you can have somebody help you walk through a process of feeling better, and making phone calls or making appointments. That can be really daunting for some people.
Right. Each person leaves with a plan of action of how to address whatever the issue or concern was that they brought with them. So it can be some actual skills, or it can be some ideas of who to reach out for and to see.
And it doesn't have to be a one-off. I mean, this doesn't have to be, you just don't have to go once and never go again. You can access this service repeatedly, right? So you could go back for a walk-in if you need to.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed to see the same clinicians, but you can absolutely come back from week to week.
If you don't see the same clinician, would there be a file on record for you? So if I would, for instance, if Keith and I were to go back again, we may not see the same gentleman that we saw, but would there be notes from our session from the first time? And as you said, when we left with a plan.
And that's the same note that we keep on file, so we could pick up with potentially where you left off.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's not that we do that, because at each time you come in with something new.
Right.
So you don't necessarily have to use the same plan, because through engagement, you know, with new clinicians,
we might have moved ahead, and it's a different plan this time.
Yes.
I was just thinking about what you were asking about referrals. One thing that's nice is it's a community partnership.
Yes.
So 3 years ago when it started off with Canadian Mental Health, Algoma Family Services, and Algoma Public Health.
Right.
And we've now added Sioux Area Hospitals and John Howard Society to our team. So we have clinicians from many different services with many different specialties. So we learn from one another every week in terms of different services and options that are available for people.
Ladies, thank you very much for joining us again on Wellness Wednesday. Let's give a phone number, shall we? Just in case anybody wants to jot this down. If they want to call CMHA just for more information.
Okay, 705-759-5989.
And very simple to Google, Canadian Mental Health Association or Algoma Family Services, and you can get more information from calling those agencies as well, and you can find that all on the web, right?
Yes.
Once again, thanks for joining us. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Keep your chin up, keep smiling, and this is International Hello Day, so say hello to 10 people.
Hello!
There you go. We'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this. Oh, that's the spot. That's the spot. Oh, there, Lou, we're back.
Oh, we're high. He's got a cramp for laughing.
We're not high.
No,
we're high.
He's high.
I've got a muscle spasm between my ribs, and she's helping.
I'm helping. I'm a helper. He has a muscle spasm from laughing so much.
Oh,
you need to enjoy life a little more.
Wellness Wednesday.
Can I give you like just clocking one? I could do that.
Hey, guess what tomorrow is? Bum Slide Thursday! You're getting a hard day today. We'll see you Bum Slide Thursday.
Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.